They're letting him vent a little bit. He's much more under control right now and much more conversational. He made his point with his technical, and now he moves on.
That's Mike Stevens, who actually called the technical foul, talking with Dave Lato.
Well, he had to. I mean, Dave Lato was 3/4 of the way out on the court. There was no other choice.
Sykes played well early. Not a good pass.
You see Sykes' initial move that time, Mike, was to the baseline. He got himself buried behind the backboard, and there was nowhere for him to go when he came out. He put himself in almost a position where he had to make a turnover.
Grant back in, Booker out, and very quickly Andre Young to replace DeMonte Stitt. Young's a guy who has really been a valuable role on this Clemson team as the backup point guard.
Well, and I like, the fact that he's had a year playing behind Stitt, letting him work into the role. They have played together on occasion here recently.
And there Young forced the travel. Great defense as he came in with the double team. And Sylvan Landesberg seems a little frustrated here.
He's really been trying to hunt for his offense a little bit. It has not come easily to him. 0-5 now shooting in the 0-4 with that charge. So he has not found his rhythm. Importantly, Clemson playing him without fouling him, Mike, and keeping him off the free throw line.
He had 23 points and a huge overtime to lead Virginia in that win over Clemson. As you can see, the Tigers on a 13-0 run. Blocked by Soroye.
That's just kind of a weak offering for Sykes, and a shot blocker is going to gobble that up like Soroye did.
Jones shoots over Young. Good play by Landesberg. Good hustle. Scott. And Scott's got 4 off the bench, but as you say, he plays starter minutes, the sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia. Averaging in double figures.
Well, one of the things that they've been working on in practice is feeding the post, and that one just not a good angle.
Baker, Scott, the offensive rebound, and the putback, and very quickly, he's got 6 points.
And you can tell, Mike, when Trevor Booker is out of the game, things open up in the paint area, and since that departure, there's been a presence inside. There's Booker on the sideline. Not much he can do about the action from there.
And Scott has also been a terror on the boards of late for Virginia. Here's Rivers. Has his shot blocked. Soroye's got 2 blocks already.
And was a factor on that miss, too. Just him lurking there forced a hurried shot.
Soroye playing very well on defense.
And that's really all they need from him, Mike. The defense and rebounding, any offense that gives him is a bonus.
Only averages 2 points a game. That foul may be a frustration foul for K.C. Rivers. The senior scoring 15 a game, has yet to score here, but his Tigers are on top. Question, who are Virginia's ACC Rookie of the Year winners?
More than likely adding to that this year with Sylvan Landesberg.
I don't see how you can't give it to Sylvan Landesberg. He's been in double figures all but 4 games, 12 20-point games. I don't want to give one away, but the other freshman record before the 12 20 points was Ralph Sampson, who had 9. I'm willing to bet one of those.
A couple of those against me as a senior.
Really?
Never got a thank you note from him or anything. Isn't that a shame?
One of Virginia's all-time greats. And the Cavaliers now in need of a bucket. Good Clemson defense.
Yeah, they're desperately trying to run Landesberg off screens, but Clemson staying right with them.
What a half. Calvin Baker, you mentioned, Mike, he's not a great 3-point shooter, only 29% on the air. He's got 2 threes here in this first half.
Right, and I guess, stats don't matter in a game, and he's seeing a big basket from downtown right now. He really saved them at the end of the shot clock.
2 for 3 from 3. He's already got 12 points.
Walk.
Travel on Trevor Booker inside.
A lot of frustration from the two leading scorers. Casey Rivers, senior night, is 0 for 2, has not found his rhythm. That would have been the first shot that he's taken in this game.
Well, it's the Cavaliers' turn to go on a run.
And that's exactly how Mike Scott scored in the game up in Charlottesville. Attacking the pressure. He got behind it on the baseline, kind of hid there, shaped up, and got himself 2 free throws.
Fouls on Andre Young. It's his first. And Mike Scott, as we said, 18 points, 10 rebounds in the win over Clemson in Charlottesville, February 15th. There's Rivers coming back into the game along with DeMontis Stitt. Rivers with no points. He came into this game with an amazing 1,637 points in his career. He did last 21 threes, but has not scored tonight.
Poor job blocking out on the first line by Clemson on that missed free throw. It's been interesting that Clemson has chosen to guard Landisburg with point guards. Stitt that time, they're trying to use quickness on him to negate his driving ability.
You know, Mike, you talk about Landisburg. Here's a guy, their leading scorer, just a freshman. Started out strong, and then he had a little bit of a slump. Came back, and then in his last couple of games has had some trouble scoring.
You know, it's like I said, your freshman year really sneaks up on you, especially in this conference. And the load that he's had to carry offensively, the pressure takes a lot out of you physically. So not really unsurprising that he's had little peaks and valleys.
Just 3 for 10 in that loss to Wake Forest on Saturday. There's the first bucket, the field goal by Trevor Booker. Virginia breaks the press with Baker.
Got away with a little bit of a walk that time. I guess there's no such thing as a little bit of a walk.
What an offensive rebound by Mike Scott to put it back.
Yeah, they've got to get a body on him. He's a guy you have to almost face guard, give yourself up as a defensive rebounder. He has been very active.
Scott now with 9 points and 6 rebounds in this first half. It's a run by Virginia. The bucket by Scott gave him the lead, and that's an offensive foul on Sylvan Landisburg.
Again, that's the benefit of a point guard guarding him. Landisburg out in the open space with the dribble. Here it is, and Stitt right there, able to slide with him, move his feet. Good call. Committed, got his chest right in front of Landisburg. He's a finisher, Mike. You got to give it up and give it up to somebody who's a primary ball handler, and then do your job, which is score points.
Landisburg 0 for 4 here in this first half. Averages over 17 a game. But his Cavaliers are on top by a point.
Well, that was the 8th turnover for Virginia, and that's a pretty good number if you're Oliver Purnell, but you've got 10 in your own right, and they've got to win that battle, and they're not.
Oglesby. Trapped in the paint, gets it to Grant. Great defense by the Cavaliers. Possession arrow to Clemson.
Well, and it's also where you catch it, Mike, and the Clemson's guys are catching it behind the backboard right now, and they're getting sealed.
3:56 to go first half. Virginia holding their own.